not to let you in.
Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. So today's video is going to be my Pan That palette update for the month of June, and I cannot tell you how happy I am. So much progress, so much happiness. Not only is this probably the most exciting update that's going to happen, just in terms of progress, I also have like things to tell you about like things I've been trying, and I'm just so excited. So let's get into it. And this is what my palette is looking like now. So as you can see, we have some major changes. I had some massive goals this month, but I'm really happy with how everything has gone. So we're just gonna go in order. I'm gonna comment on each goal and then say if I'm happy with my progress, which I am with everything. First and foremost, we have Hotspot, and my goal for Hotspot was to finish it off, and after 4 uses I was able to finish it off, so I'm really happy with that. With Caution, my goal was to expand the pan or finish it off, and after 15 uses I was able to finish Caution off, which I'm really happy about. Ooh. Bang Bang, my goal was to hit pan. I hit pan on the first use that I used it, which was the 25th use since the beginning of this project. And since then, I've been using it a few more times. I used it 4 times overall. I will say it's crumbled a lot since I hit pan in it, and so it is something that I want to work on this next month and maybe finish it off this next month, because even when I don't use it, I feel like I get more crumbles every time I open the palette, and so I just want to make sure I'm getting the use out of it that I should be getting. The next one was Feels. I think my goal for Feels was to hit pan, or did I already have pan? No, my goal for Feels was to hit pan, and I hit that the 7th use that I used it. I used it 8 times this month overall, and this was the 48th time that I used it in general since the beginning of this project. So I'm really happy with Feels. And yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed using this. I think it's perfect for the spring, and I've just been really enjoying using it. The next one is Juicy. My goal for Juicy was to expand the pan a little bit, and I definitely did that. I got a little bit bigger. I used it a total of 3 times, and I really enjoyed it. So my goal for Juicy or Feels together as a unit is I want to expand both of their pans just like a bit more and maybe finish one of them. Mostly it's just expand both their pans, but maybe I'll finish off Juicy, maybe I'll finish off Feels. I have no strong feelings about either, like in terms of which one I want to finish off. The next pan is Turn On. My goal was to hit pan in it. I hit pan the 2nd use in April, which was my 30th use overall, so I'm really happy about that. My goal for Turn On is to just keep using it up. I think I might finish it off this month, but I want to make sure that I'm focusing on Bang Bang first for finishing it off. And just keep working on Turn On because I just love it, and it's the perfect thing to just add whenever I'm not really sure what's going on with my look, or like it's my favorite thing for halo eyes. So anything like that, I'm a big fan of. The next shade is Ambitious. My goal for Ambitious was to hit pan, and I hit pan the 5th time that I used it this month, which is the 16th time overall. It's such a small number because when I use Ambitious, it's the only shade I use. I do a matte base to set my primer, and then I really just put Ambitious all over and blend it out and just do like a nice wing because it's really beautiful that way, and it just doesn't really go with anything else in this palette, unfortunately. But yeah, so I have a little bit of pan. I have no set goal for Ambitious this month, which is a little bit different, I know. Just like I have no real set goal for Turn On except for like use it a little bit. Bang, my goal was to make a dip. I don't know if you can tell, but there's definitely a nice dip in here. I'm really happy about it. I used it a ton, like blending it out. I thought it made a really beautiful diffused look. And then like putting Young Love or Turn On with it, so beautiful. So I'm really happy about that. My goal for Bing will be to hit pan this month. Devilish, My goal was to use it 5 times. I used it 6 times. I have been loving Devilish. I've been loving it diffused out. So I plan on using it a ton more in the coming month. And so my goal for Devilish will be to make a bit of a dip, at least like to where Bing is now. I think I could probably get a little bit deeper. Devilish doesn't have almost any dip right now. It's definitely been used. I can see like a little bit of this pan on the side, but just not that much. So that will be my goal, to make a dip. Young Love, my goal was to use it 5 times, and I used it 5 times. I've been really enjoying it. My goal for this month will be to hit pan, and in a moment I'll tell you exactly how I'm gonna hit pan. I mean, other than just like general use, I have like I created the most beautiful eye. I wish I'd taken a picture. I will take a picture this month when I make it. But anyway, Drunk Dial, my goal was to use it 5 times. I used it 4 times, so it's the one goal I did not hit this month, which honestly I'm fine with, because I'll tell you in a second. But I really did enjoy using it this month, so I'm really, really happy with that. I was even able to use it 4 times because I didn't use it all in February. I used it twice in March. Like, the time I used it the most was January, and I'm pretty sure that's just because I was so motivated about the project. So I'm just glad that I got some use out of it. And I have no set goal for it, but I find that I will probably be being used a bit more this month. Privacy, my goal was to use it 5 times, and I used it 5 times. Almost none of those times as a liner, mostly as like a darkening, the outer corner. I really did love using it as a liner, like the first few months that I had it, but now I'm just like not very much in a liner mood. I say that when like the only thing going on with my eyes today is the fact that I have a liner. Everything else is just sparkle nude. But yeah, I'm not super big into like the liner right now, or like I'll use an actual liner. So I don't know. But one thing I found that I think is beautiful with Privacy is I diffuse Privacy out with like the blender brush, and then I do Young Love with my finger or a wet brush to like foil it on my lid, and then I just do a little bit of Drunk Dial in the crease. It creates the most beautiful eye. It is dark, but it's beautiful, and so I did that a few times this last month, and it was so beautiful. I will be doing it again more this month. It's one of the ways that I'm definitely going to hit pan in Young Love. Honestly, I think I'm very close to hitting pan in Young Love. Like 3 uses. Mark my words. But you'll notice that I didn't really give myself too many goals this month. I want to finish Bang Bang. I want to keep expanding Feels and Juicy. I have no set thing for Turn On and Ambitious. I want to hit pan and Bang, I guess, would be my biggest goal. Devilish, make a dip. Young Love, hit pan. Okay, so those 2, but it's easier to hit pan in a shimmer than a matte. And then Drunk Dial and Privacy, I have no goals for. No goals, or like a very few goals compared to my normal Pan Those palette updates. I feel like I have a goal for every shade, and I'm like very thorough, and there's a reason for that. The reason for that is because I made a deal with myself, because if this is your first Pan That palette update or whatever, so my goal this year is not just to hit pan in every shade, it's actually to use up every shade. But one of my other goals this year that's just been in my head is that I want to get my collection of eyeshadows specifically to about 50% pan, which I think I can do. And so I decided, back when I decided my Pan That palette, I decided that when I finished my Pan That palette, I would start a Pan Those eyeshadows. And then I think by like March or February, I was like, I kind of just want to do a Pan Those eyeshadows, so maybe I should just do a Pan Those eyeshadows. And so I promised myself that when I got pan in more than half of my palette, I would start a Pan Those eyeshadows, and then those could almost be like incorporated in as part of my Pan That palette. And so that series is going to start really soon on my channel. It'll probably be up in a few days. To give it a little bit of time between eyeshadow pan challenges. Like, I'm going to try to give you some other content first. But the goal with this still remains. I want to finish off the palette. However, if I hit pan and everything by December, I will not continue this into 2021. Until this is completely empty, I plan on keeping it as a Pan That palette for this year, but I won't keep going into the next year if I have pan in every palette, in every eyeshadow. If I don't have pan in every eyeshadow, then this will continue to be my Pan That palette for the year of 2021. I don't know if that wholly made sense, but the point is, primary goal, hit pan in every shade. But even if I hit that goal, I'm still working to finish off this palette until December. So, yes. Don't think that because I'm not making as many specific goals about this, that I'm not still planning on finishing this palette as a whole. And just because I'm starting Pan those eyeshadows doesn't mean that I'm not still caring about this palette. And other than that, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you next time. Bye!
Weren't you too scared to spell? No matter the cost.